Alright guys, so this movie starts off in deep space with this massive mining ship heading back to Earth. The whole crew's knocked out in these hibernation pods, like cryosleep, because it's a long journey back from wherever they've been collecting resources. Everything's going smooth, right? Ship's on autopilot, everyone's asleep, and then boom, meteor shower. And I'm not talking about a few pebbles. These are huge chunks of rock that just tear through the hull like it's nothing. So the ship starts falling apart, and all these escape pods just start ejecting automatically. Our main guy, Andy, he's a junior engineer. His pod's AI wakes him up, throws this weird suit on him, fills it with oxygen, and basically goes, "Good luck, buddy." Looking out the window, you can see all these other pods falling toward this unknown planet. But here's where it gets bad. The atmosphere is so harsh that a bunch of these pods just explode midair. People are dying before they even land. Andy's pod crashes hard into this rocky mountain area. The impact knocks him out cold, and when he wakes up, he's got all these memories of his family flooding back. We'll get into why that matters later, but yeah, it's heavy. His AI is screaming at him to get out now because the pod's damaged, but all the exits are jammed. And get this, Andy's just a junior engineer, so the company gave all the good equipment to the senior crew. He's stuck with basically a hammer. That's it. So he's trying to smash through the window when the whole pod just explodes. Somehow he gets thrown clear and survives. Behind him, his pod's completely destroyed. Then he looks up and sees their entire ship, this massive thing, just burning through the sky and crashing into the planet. The explosion, when it hits, literally shakes the ground. First thing Andy does is ask his AI where they are. The AI's like, "Yeah, so we're on an uncharted planet, nobody's ever been here." Cool, great news. He asks about other survivors, and the AI basically shrugs. Everyone's too far away to detect. But Andy spots this light in the distance, so he starts walking. On the way, he's seeing wreckage everywhere, just pieces of the ship scattered all over. And here's what he doesn't notice. There's these claw marks on everything, scratch marks, but he's too focused on getting to that light to pay attention. When he finally gets there, thank God there's another survivor, this guy Devin, who worked in communications. They're both just so relieved to see another living person. Devin's already got some equipment set up to send a distress signal to Earth, but then comes the reality check. It'll take 8 months just for the message to reach Earth, then another 2 years for a rescue ship to actually get here. They're stuck on this planet 3 years minimum. Andy's just crushed. He doesn't think they can make it that long. Devin tries to stay positive, we gotta keep hope alive. Andy asks the obvious, how do we even survive? Devin's answer is pretty grim. All the people who died, we used their supplies, their rations. It's cold enough here that nothing will spoil. Andy doesn't want to hear it, but what choice does he have? While they're talking, Andy's foot gets caught in some wire. He bends down to reconnect it, and that's when this huge creature just appears out of nowhere and grabs Devin, just snatches him and drags him into the darkness. Andy looks up and Devin's gone, just vanished. Andy's screaming Devin's name. Nothing. His AI tries scanning, can't find him anywhere. And to make things worse, the AI tells him his suit's running low on oxygen. He's panicking, yelling, totally losing it. And then his radio crackles. It's Naomi, a senior astronaut. She survived too. "My leg's trapped in my pod. Please help me." But as AI scans her location, she's 2 days away on foot, and Andy doesn't have enough oxygen for that. Naomi comes back on the radio. "Come to me then. I've got plenty of oxygen, enough for both of us." Against his AI's warnings, Andy decides to go. He starts walking. Day turns to night. He's exhausted, stumbling through this alien landscape. Then he hears this growling behind him. He spins around, nothing but darkness. He tells the AI to scan. The AI goes, "Yeah, about that. The company gave us junior engineers these old crappy AI models that can't see in the dark. The senior crew got the good ones though." Real helpful. Thanks, corporate. Andy keeps moving, but those sounds keep getting closer. His AI warns him if he turns on his light, those things will see him. But if he doesn't, he's blind. He's about to run when his AI scans and picks up signals, crew members nearby. Andy tries radioing them. No response. And then it hits him. Those aren't his crew members anymore. Those spider-like aliens must have eaten them. The signals are coming from inside the creature's stomachs. While he's processing this nightmare, he hears those sounds again, getting closer. Something's hunting him. He turns off his helmet light and goes completely still. But whatever this thing is, it can still see him somehow. It's moving toward him. In desperation, Andy fires his flare gun at it. The light floods the area, and suddenly all the creatures can see him. They start chasing him. That's when he realizes these things see better in the light. Every alien in the area is now coming for him. He runs for his life, and in his panic, he tumbles off a cliff, just falls right off this mountain. Somehow, and I mean somehow, he survives the fall. Above him, a creature's roaring because it can't climb down. And in its stomach, his scanner's showing signals from 4 more crew members. His suit's damaged from the fall, oxygen's leaking everywhere. He uses this emergency spray to seal it up temporarily. Then his radio crackles again. It's Devon, the guy you thought was dead. Help me, I'm fighting these things. Andy can't believe Devon's alive, but he also doesn't have the courage to climb back up that mountain and face those creatures again. Then Naomi's voice. I know you're exhausted, but you need to help Devon. It increases all our chances of survival. So Andy starts climbing. When he gets to the top, he sees Devon fighting like a champion, taking on 2 creatures at once with a flare gun. But the moment Devon sees Andy, he gets distracted, just for a second, and one of the creatures grabs him from below and kills him. Now the creatures spot Andy. They're coming for him. To save him, Naomi does something brilliant. She remotely activates all the other crashed pod's AI systems. All their lights turn on at once. Every creature gets distracted and runs toward those lights. Andy escapes. Running blind, Andy stumbles into this valley between mountains, and it's beautiful, like genuinely gorgeous. Purple fireflies everywhere, glowing in the dark. For a moment, he's just lost in how pretty it is. Then one firefly lands on his helmet. The second it touches, it turns red. Then hundreds more swarm onto his suit. They start eating through his suit. These beautiful things are actually dangerous. He frantically brushes them off and runs. While running, his foot gets stuck in what looks like a hole. But it's not a hole, it's a mouth. Some massive creature with a giant mouth starts pulling him down. Andy's about to throw up. In this thing's stomach are the remains of his crew members. But there's no time for that. Fireflies are still attacking, more creatures are closing in. He spots a tunnel and runs for it. Seems like a good hiding spot, right? Wrong. It's a firefly nest. They attack his suit again, ripping it open. Oxygen starts leaking fast. Watching his oxygen plummet, Andy radios Naomi. I can't make it to you. I've only got enough oxygen to get back to the ship. Maybe I can find a working airlock there and refill. Naomi, okay, do what you need to do. I'll figure something out. But Andy knows she won't survive alone, so he makes a decision. He's gonna save her even if it kills him. He runs toward her location as fast as he can. By the time he gets close, his oxygen's almost gone. He's gasping, barely conscious. He finally reaches her pod. Her leg's trapped under debris. She can't pull it out. Andy tries to help, but he's in agony from lack of oxygen. There's nothing around to lift the debris with. Naomi opens an emergency case. Inside is a hydraulic jack. Using it, Andy manages to free her leg. It's fractured, but she's alive. They grab their supplies and get out. But they're immediately surrounded, creatures everywhere. They run, but Naomi's leg is injured. Her AI injects her with high-dose painkillers so she can keep moving. Smart thinking leads them toward the ship. They reach a section of the ship that's still somewhat intact. Naomi struggles with the compartment door, but gets it open. They barely get inside when creatures rush after them. Naomi slams the door shut, cutting one creature in half. The sight makes Andy want to puke, but he keeps it together. For the first time in forever, they can breathe. But before they can even talk, they realize there are already creatures inside the ship. 1 or 2 must have gotten in earlier. They run into another cabin and shut the door. Then they realize they just made a huge mistake. This is a gas chamber. The door auto-locked. Andy desperately tries to break it down. No luck. They're trapped. Naomi asks him, "Why are you so negative? Why do you keep talking about dying?" Andy, "Maybe dying would be easier." Naomi, "There's a reason behind this. Your family?" Andy shows her a video, his wife and son. They loved him so much. But one day, an accident. They both died. Andy survived. "It was my fault," Andy says. "I should have died, not them." Naomi, "What happens, happens for a reason." They hug, thinking these might be their final moments. But then Naomi notices something. those fireflies on Andy's suit. When they landed on his helmet, they turned red. An idea forms. "We can use them," she says. "We lure the creatures to the lower section where the emergency escape pods are. Escape pods take 15 minutes to activate. They'll have to time this perfectly." Andy heads to the pod area in the ship's lower section. When they see creatures following, they don't hesitate. They jump. The creatures crash through the ship's structure, chasing them. Andy gets into an escape pod and starts the activation sequence. Meanwhile, Naomi makes herself bait, leading the creatures right to Andy's position. The creature gets directly below the pod. Andy hits launch. The pod releases. But the escape took so much energy that Andy had to drain power from his own suit. He's dead. Or so it seems. Naomi sees him lifeless and starts crying, but then his eyes open. He wasn't dead, just unconscious. She's overwhelmed with relief. They're both too emotional to speak. Suddenly, light floods through the windows. The sun's rising. They walk to the ship's observation window and look out at this strange, deadly, beautiful planet. And they both know the truth. They're stuck here for 3 years until rescue arrives. 3 years, just the two of them. Naomi takes Andy's hand. And that's where the movie ends. Man, what a ride! Could you survive 3 years on a planet like that with killer aliens everywhere? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more movie explanations. I'll catch you in the next one.